And then I still got to do the cutout in the back for the fan, and then the top sign, which I'm waiting on red plexiglass for that. But yeah, here it is so far. Super excited. Alright, so before I start the door and the shelf piece up here, I'm going to take this kick plate off and route a line going across here. There's just a red line that goes across the bottom here. Alright, so I'm going to make it 2 inches in from each side, and then 1 inch and 1/8 from the top down. And same concept as before. Sometimes you just gotta solve problems. Here it is with the line in it. Alright, and the next piece we're going to build is this little shelf that goes across here. I'm just going to take a guess at how big I want to make it. Probably about 5 inches. I think 5 inches will work pretty good. And then again, the inside is still 25.5 inches wide. Got all these nails from the routing job. Can I finish cutting my piece of wood, please? Nice. That surge protector is faulty, so you can't run more than one thing at a time. So with the light on and the saw on, he was cutting it out. Sometimes it works, but other times it'll do that. Now that I got my 5-inch piece, I'm going to make it 25.5 inches wide. Then we're going to put some pocket holes in, get it mounted up. Oh man, dang it. Alright, I got this piece of wood that I'm going to cut down to 5 inches. And this is going to be the angled piece of wood on the sides that the gun actually mounts to and kind of makes that table thing coming out. I'm going to make it about 10 inches. 10 inches away from the kiosk, coming outwards. So I'm going to draw a line at about 10 inches and then draw a line from the bottom corner up to the 10 inches, and that'll give it the angle I need. And after I get this piece here cut out, I'm just going to put it on the same block of wood and trace out the other piece. Then put some pocket holes in there, mount it up, and then I've got some 1/4 inch plywood that I'll use to set on top of it and underneath of it. Now that I think about it, this might already be cut to the right angle. I may just have to cut a piece off. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Here's my 2 side pieces. Alright, and I'm just going to set these triangles 1.5 inches inward from the inside side of the kiosk. I'm going to take this 1/4 inch piece of plywood right here, and I'm going to cut it down to the outer lengths of these. I'm going to sit right there like that. Just too cool. So next up, we're going to cut this door down that we had tested before and cut it down to 24 3/8, because that's how wide or tall the gap is now after that other piece of wood was put in there. I've got 2 hinges, and I'm just gonna line them up with these lines that I made for the line going across here. Just go ahead and mount them right there. Screw them in. And I'm probably gonna put some other wood behind the door so it can only go flush with the edges like it is now. Right now it's just lightly sitting in there. But once I do that, put some wood back there, I'll be able to shut the door and open it properly. I think I'm gonna mount that those pieces of wood behind it first, so that way the door quits falling backwards. Alright, now I got these little sticks here. I'm gonna mount them 3/4 inch in. Much better. Oh, my pencil! And the original kiosk had a key right up here, so I'm gonna install a key lock up here. I got 2 Forstner bits here. One's 1 inch, one's 3/4. I'm gonna start with the 1 inch one first, go a little bit into the wood, and then I'm gonna finish it off with the 3/4. That's so this part of the lock here can be recessed, and this one can make it all the way through. Now I'm just switching to the 3/4. Now I have this board that's 19 inches tall, and I'm going to cut it down to 25.5 inches wide, and this is going to be the top piece. I got another piece for the bottom, and I'm just going to cut it down to 25.5 inches as well. Got the other piece of that wood, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces down to 8 inches, and those are going to be the sides of the light box. Now I'm just cutting grooves in the top and bottom that are going to be 1/4 inch deep, and that's to hold the plexiglass in place. Alright guys, day 6 of the build. I was gonna take a break today, but some plans fell through. I didn't record this part of the video yet. Well, I recorded it, but I'm not gonna put it in here. So, this whole thing is built out of plywood, and it worked for the most part. If I went back and did it, I'd spend the extra money on solid wood. But it's worked out so far until I got to this top part here. You can see when I routed for the glass to go in, it put chips all along the line there. So I'm not gonna be able to use this. I just kind of threw it together to test it, the measurements and everything. So I'm gonna make these pieces out of solid wood. I picked up some solid wood today, and I'm gonna go with that. And make this sign. And then I got the cutout in the back for the fans. That's gonna go back there where the M82 sits, so the M82 stays cold. And it's just, I think at that point it's sanding and painting. I'm gonna put a shelf in too. I think down in here. I think I might put a shelf in. I'm not sure yet. So anyways, let's get to it.